Oh, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls. I'm so glad to be back with you again and just glad to be alive. So much is happening in the world and in the United States, and it takes me back so far when I think about what we've come through and how we got to this day. I always talk to you about past, present, and the future because they're all intertwined and they make for one story. I remember in the past where we went to school whenever we could get to go to school. And every morning we pledged allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. At the same time, we were being denied the right to do just basic things and the right to have a good school and good education. Our books and things were hand-me-downs. And yet we pledged allegiance to the flag every morning. We were good citizens. We were living in the days of Jim Crow, but we still pledged allegiance to the flag. Over the years, we came to realize that things were not as they should be. But we had not come as far from slavery as we should have. And that not only we who were pledging allegiance to the flag were being treated unjustly, there were the Native Americans. And in World War II, there were the Japanese. And overseas, there were the Jewish people. We were all treated unfairly. And yet here in America, we black children pledged allegiance to the flag. To present day, we now have a leader who wants to take us back to the good old days, making America the way it used to be again. I don't even think we pledge allegiance anymore, and that's unfortunate. I wish we did. But I would like to do that only because we were getting the full justice and the full rights of citizenship, and the Pledge of Allegiance was true. If we could make it true, then we could feel good about being good citizens and for our future. We now have lost so many of our people who have tried to help us make things better. Recently, we lost John Lewis. He gave his life for us. This week, we lost Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She hung on as long as she could. And I was praying for her to make it through to a time when we had a new president. But God knows what to do. And God knows when to take people to his bosom. And she's gone. But she left behind a legacy of justice for all. And we have to take up the mantle and do what we must do in the future to bring about the justice that she fought for, she and John Lewis. Now, I looked at something else, and you may find this a little strange that I would say this. But Sinbad said something about, I ain't one of them, I'm one of y'all. And there are people who are doing that today and trying to pull down their own race. People who came along the same as I did under Jim Crow, who wants to be one of them, not one of us. And I noticed when John Lewis died, we gave him all the honors. And those of us who couldn't go to his funeral prayed for him and gave him and blessed his soul and sent him on to heaven. Doing the same for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And then I look at Herman Cain. He wanted to be one of them, not one of us. And nobody mourned him. Nobody had programs on television for him. I didn't even know when he was buried. And the people that he championed didn't come out to see him off. And I don't know where he went. That should send a message to those who tout their belief that they can join in with our leaders and that something's going to happen that will make him feel better about himself and leaving us all in the dirt. But I say to those people, you forget where you came from. You have forgotten your mothers. You have forgotten your sisters and your brothers. But that's all right, because I know the time when we pledged allegiance to the flag, which would be the same as what you're doing and leaving behind all of the troubles that we're going through. That's all right, because what we're going to do now, we're going to all be Ruth Bader Ginsburg. We're going to all be John Lewis's. Our black brothers and sisters, our white brothers and sisters, our Jewish brothers and sisters, our Native American brothers, and our Asian, our Muslim, we're going to join together and we will be more than the few racist people who want to go back to a time when only they could drink out of the water fountain. Only they could sit on the stool and have lunch at Woodward. Only they could walk into a restaurant and be served. Or in my youth, only they could go to the bathroom downtown. And we had to hold on till we got home. Only they. We will not allow that to happen now because we know better. And we will go forward. And thank you, John Lewis. Thank you, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Thank you, all of the people who have marched and fought and died to see us have the right to pledge allegiance, and that the flag will fly for all of us. and not just a few. God bless you. We're going to need a lot of blessings. And let's pray for them in all of our prayers and all of our types of prayers. We need them all. Thank you and God bless you. Now, every day when I talk to you, I try to get more and more of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to follow me on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, because in this way I'm doing my very best at my age to make a difference. But you need to listen, because I'm trying to tell you things that are born of wisdom of old age. I'd like you to buy my book. It's called My Ancestral Voices. And the voices of my ancestors cry out to you today to make a difference. And that book can be found on Amazon and on Barnes and Nobles. And it's My Ancestral Voices by Dr. Joice Christine Bailey Lewis. Soon I'm going to be telling you about my presentation on radio. And when that time comes, I want as many of you as possible to be listening. God bless you, keep you.